Day 7 of the Nuts and Bolts unit is a studio production day, so you have a lot to make up. There is some information in this PowerPoint that goes deeper into art production and my expectations, so please review this whole video. You aren't here to do the work on the glyph itself, but you could take this opportunity to start writing about your glyph. Think about the purpose, think about what you're going to show, and write down your thoughts. Remember, our aim is for you to understand how art communicates, and the goal is for you to establish a foundation for success in this course. Content objective is for students to create a glyph that symbolizes the unit and helps them remember what they learned. The language objective for today is for students to be able to verbally explain the symbolism in their glyph. I'm going to be going around doing personal interviews with students as they work on this. Since you aren't here, you can change the language objective to, can I write and explain the symbolism in my glyph? Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. That's a poem my mom said to me all the time as a child, and I never really understood or appreciated it until I got older. I will be pushing you in this class, and the result is that we probably both are going to feel frustrated. I do it because I believe there is more to us than we know. Motivating you to do better is the job of a teacher. But that is not really why I do it. I do it because I respect each of you as individuals, full of untapped possibility. I do it out of respect. I will also take into consideration your motivations for taking this course. There needs to be a balance. There needs to be patience. You can't climb a mountain in a minute. Along the journey, breaks can be good to rest and gather strength. And during that pause, we can look back and see how far we've come. And in doing that, we can find the motivation to keep pushing forward. My expectation is that we work together so all of us can grow and improve. You could say that is the definition and the heart of education. Don't stop at good enough. Don't give up early. Yes, art is personal, but that is too often used as an excuse to give up. Art has a foundation of standards to create quality work. My job is to teach you about those. If you decide to take the personal out and call your art finished, then do more art. If you lose interest in the project as it is, then maybe start over and find a way to get interested in it. And use that learning to help you find a more interesting subject for the next project. Remember, in art, easy equals boring, and boring is not even good. You can forget about better or best. Or, you can do research. There's a library of art books and magazines in the back corner. You can go online and research an artist, or an art movement, or study an individual work of art that you like, and try to figure out what it is that you like so much. You can go onto YouTube and find videos on how to use media. You can even watch Bob Ross on Netflix. The point is to learn about art. You do not have to be an artist to appreciate art. You just need to be a human being. So strive to be the best human being you can be. There is no wrong in making art, but there are levels of right. Let's review the criteria again real quickly. You need to use the winter count style, glyphs, one for each unit, that will go out in a spiral on the cover of your portfolio. Each glyph needs to be symbolic of the unit, what we discussed, what we learned, what the goals, what the aim is. You need to use at least 3 of the 4 medium that I'm suggesting. You can use less, but it will affect your grade. You can use graphite pencil, crayon, marker, colored pencil. Other tools available for you are tortillions or blending stumps for smoothing out graphite to create a smoother shadow. And erasers. People don't generally think of those as a drawing tool, but they are. And when you combine the medium, it isn't necessarily use colored pencil here and marker there. You can layer one on top of the other. For example, you could put wax crayon down, leaving gaps, and then go over the wax crayon with the marker, and the marker will settle in on the gaps where the crayon isn't, and you can create some real interesting effects. So as you do this, you might want to play around with the media combinations, and that leads to the 4th criteria, which is the media skills. Experiment with these things, learn what works, what is really effective for you, what you like, your aesthetic, and employ that in your glyphs. And then finally the extra credit one, where you can create a digital portfolio, take a photo of your glyph and upload it onto a Google Doc and do the writing. There's a spot in the unit handout for you to do the writing. And if you do the digital portfolio, you can either skip the writing in the unit handout, or use the writing in the unit handout as a rough draft, and then your final draft would be in the Google Doc. Art is not about being done first. Art is about being done best. So you need to work at a pace that ensures that you get done, but that you get done well. By the end of class today, my expectation is that you're around 60 to 75% complete with the glyph. This is kind of an abstract idea. As you do more art through this course, hopefully you will develop the understanding of where you're at with your art. Because you could have 75% of the surface area filled in, but not even be 50% done. You could have 100% of the surface area filled in and not be done. There's always opportunities to do more. Art is like making an automobile. It isn't just snap your fingers and the whole car is done. It's a manufacturing process, and you might have the chassis and the engine and the interior pieces all done and think you're nowhere finished, but it really doesn't take much time to put on the exterior of the car. So when you have the chassis, the interior, and the engine done, you're really about 75% complete with the car. I hope that analogy helps you understand it better. The second half of this slide is the really important part for you, not being here. You need to think about where you're at and what you have left to finish. What does it mean for you tomorrow? Do you need to come in outside of class? I'm usually at school around 7:45 every morning, so if you want to come in early tomorrow and do a little work on your glyph, that would be awesome.